I have some really crazy ones, but they said that sugar candy helped with any chest ailments that you had or digestion problems.
Chest ailments?
Yeah, I don't know.
I got some chest ailments,
Oh
but I
my
don't think
gosh.
sugar candy's going to help.
All right.
I think sugar candy's what caused it.
You're so funny.
Welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm SP.
And I'm Kelly. And this week has been a busy week for me. Not so much for you.
Not for me.
That's okay. But I've been hanging out, making new friends. I thought you were going to ask me a question, but you didn't.
No. How was your week?
My week was great, SP. Thanks for asking.
What did you do this week?
Oh, well, since you've asked, nothing as probably fun as we're making it sound, but I'm making new friends.
Making new friends.
New
Friends
friends.
in your 30s.
Friends in
Hard
my
to
30s.
do.
Hard to do. I did mention that a couple weeks ago. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but making friends in your 30s is hard and difficult and a little bit scary.
Yeah, 30s and above, I'd say. It's not exclusively 30s.
Yeah. I'm just in my 30s. And
Yeah.
so
It's easier when you're younger because you've got school and like you can make friends there because you're around
Yeah.
people all the time. 20s, maybe you're in college and you're working and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And then the older you get, the harder it is to meet new people
Yeah.
and make new friendships. But you had like 3 or 4 friend
lot.
dates this week.
yeah, it was fun.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was fun. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You said it. People make friends like in college or work and all that stuff. And I don't really have a normal work job,
Right.
which does that make sense? I don't know, but I don't have a normal job. So I don't really have an opportunity to meet people as often as I used to. And
Yeah.
I had 3 friends move across the country this year, which was hard
Sure.
and sad.
3 close friends.
3 close friends move across the country. So yeah, it's been an interesting year, but I did. I went on 3 different hang dates, maybe
Yeah. So
almost 4.
So name them and rate the dates 1 to 10.
Ha 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 ha. Not gonna do that.
You're so like
They might be watching.
it was audacious, outlandish that I'd ask that.
It
Dang,
is.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But I will talk about them. You want me to? My week started off with me hanging out with my friend Kelsey, which is really cool because my mom, who y'all know because we talk about her a lot on this podcast, her like one of her best friends from when she was growing up, it's her daughter. And my mom and her friend, her name is Kat. They have been wanting like their kids to be friends for forever.
But it's crazy that you guys have just hated each other for so long.
We haven't hated each other. Honestly, we just didn't have as many opportunities to hang out because our parents never had us hang out together.
Yeah.
But now that we're older and we've like can like text each other and like hang, like we do. And it was really, really fun and really, really great. They're going to be having a baby soon. And so I'm really excited for them. Really cool. So that was a good date. That was a good hang.
That's good for them. I mean, I'm excited for them that they're getting to do that. I think it's interesting for us because we've talked about it. We fall in love very quickly.
Yeah.
And we can be kind of overbearing to certain types of people, which is totally fine and fair. But you have to put yourself out there if you're going to make new friendships and relationships.
Yeah. I never did the online dating thing or the app dating thing. I don't think
Right.
you did either. It just wasn't a part of at least my life ever. But this is kind of what it feels like a little bit. I would imagine. I don't actually know. I mean, I didn't meet her on an app. I knew her. And so we've had interacted before and we knew we'd kind of get along and we did. And we're friends. It's great. But the second person we hung out with is someone that I met over Instagram, which does feel like online dating.
It does.
And it's always scary to put yourself out there to be like, are we feeling the same vibes? And like, do you want to hang? Are you going to say yes? Or if you say no, do I play it off like, oh yeah, only if you're interested,
Yeah.
But that was someone else we hang out with, our friend Christina.
That was very
It was
fun.
really fun. Went to Din Tai Fung. Shout out to Andy for introducing us to Din Tai Fung. We stinking
doubt.
love it. So good. And she did too. It was her first time.
Yeah, it was so
was
good.
great.
It's always delicious. Always so good.
Then I almost went to Taylor Swift for a second time with my friend Ashley May.
Oh my gosh.
Hopes and dreams.
Wildest dreams.
Yeah, they were shattered multiple times, 3 times, I think, that night. But hey, it's okay. It's all good. I already saw her. I'm happy. I'm fine.
You guys totally didn't almost get scammed.
We almost got scammed. That's true. That is true. Hey, but we did our due diligence and we didn't buy those tickets.
I'm very
You did
happy.
your due diligence and we didn't buy those tickets.
I sure did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm the hero in this story.
Yeah, you are. These people were crazy though. That second guy was like, I promise I'm not scamming you. This is real. I'm a family man. I have kids I have to provide for. I was like, okay.
No one asked you those
All
questions,
right,
sir.
yeah. So we didn't get scammed, which is great.
That's the best part of the week.
Yeah,
You guys almost got scammed out of $600, but didn't.
didn't.
Here's the deal. Because if you did, it would have easily been the worst part of the week.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that you didn't,
the best
in
part.
my book, makes it the best
It's
part.
the best part. Yeah, I'll go with that. So that was that. And then just hearing more about our life. And then we hung out with our friends Danielle and Randy.
Pregnant Danielle,
Yep.
soon to be dad and Randy.
Who's super stoked about it.
Super stoked
And
about
I'm
being
so
a
happy
dad.
for them.
had a good
Girl
time.
dad.
Girl dad. It's good times.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week.
Busy week. Yeah. So
And
that's lots
we've
of
got
plans for me.
more to come this week. It's a good week. We have, we can say this because this won't air till after. We have a surprise birthday party, little get together for Kelly's dad right after this, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. He doesn't know.
Nope, he doesn't.
He might have an idea.
Probably. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
And we're recording a little early today, mostly because we get our kid back early this week, which is very exciting. We
Yeah.
did give her back early, so it's just kind of evening out. But we get extra bonus B time,
Yeah.
which is going to be amazing.
Super fun.
So lots of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah. And the best part of my week, truly,
Mm-hmm.
is I bought and finished another Lego.
This is quickly turning into a Lego podcast.
It's a
Lego-
really fun one, though.
It's a Lego podcast where I don't show anyone the Legos.
That is true. I did take a picture, though, of my really teeny tiny Lego piece and my new Lego piece that was like the same amount of pegs.
Yeah.
So I'll post that on my Instagram and maybe you'll pip it in this time.
Probably not.
We'll see, though.
Seems like a lot of work.
But I did finish another one and it had lots of plants in it. It was really, really fun.
It was an atrium. I
It
think.
was an atrium.
Very fun.
It was really fun.
People will see it somehow.
It was so fun to build, though. And I really like building plants. And what you need to know about me is when I build Legos, it doesn't matter if you're building Lego with me, you will be building it with me in the sense that I will show you every single thing that I make as I'm making it. Because it's true, right? How many times did I go, oh, look at this?
Yeah, and I was like 30 feet away from you in the
Yeah.
living room. I'm like, I can't see the Lego plant.
But it was so fun.
It was good. And I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And you
More on
might
the way.
have like 4 more you just ordered.
Sorry.
So follow us for more
Let me
hot
know if
Lego
you want to watch
tips,
me build them on camera. I'm just kidding.
but kind of serious. She'd do it.
I would. I stinking love Legos.
I just realized you don't know this if you're not watching it on YouTube, but I didn't move our screen over. So now you get to see our beautiful door behind me.
Oh, wow.
It is a nice door. It's too late. We've already started.
Well, let's keep going.
All right. Speaking of things that we love,
Yeah.
we got some emails.
We did.
Some clarifications, some corrections, some thoughts. and-
Okay. I only knew about one because someone told me that they were sending in an email.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we've gotten a ton of text, DMs, emails, and thank you. Last week, we said we are coming close to 1,300 subscribers on YouTube.
We hit
and
it.
You might push us over. We did. We got there. As of the time of this
Singy
recording,
podcast today. Okay, sorry.
it was 1,306, I think.
That's great.
So thank you for all the new friends that are coming on this journey with us. And just thank you to everybody who's listening. I really thought we'd have like 3 people listen for the first 100 episodes.
Yeah.
But we've gotten over 100 views on each of our episodes on YouTube, which is crazy that people are watching hour-long things on there. We've had over 100 downloads of each episode from Spotify and from Apple. So I thought it'd be 3-ish people. We literally have hundreds of people already listening, and it blows me away. So thank you for listening.
Yeah. And keep sending in your thoughts, your feedback. We love it.
Exactly.
Seriously, we do.
All
I
right.
do.
Send it to hardlyworkingfans@gmail.com, or if you know me, just text me.
That's fans, plural.
Fans, plural. So speaking of emails,
Okay.
here's the first one. I won't tell you who it's from yet. It just says this. SP, your take on chocolate chip cookies versus oatmeal cookies? My source says your favorite cookies are your mom's oatmeal cookies with chocolate chips, all caps.
They do have chocolate chips in them.
That makes them chocolate chip cookies.
It's true.
Okay, to be
It's not
fair,
wrong.
how dare you?
Dad.
And then it goes on. And then it says, Kelster, clarifying my wishes upon death, cremation, with ashes put into lockets for each of you 3 kids to wear. Thanks for all that you guys do. And that is signed Mark, who is
My dad.
Your dad.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this, Dad, but I'm not putting your ashes in a locket for me to wear. If I do that, I'm dropping it to the bottom of the ocean.
Titanic style.
Titanic style.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I disagree that those, just because they have chocolate chips in them, that they're chocolate chip cookies.
The base of it is chocolate chip cookies, and you had other add-ins.
No, the base is awesome, and the accoutrements is chocolate chip cookies. And I'm glad that we now have clarification on what to do with your dad's remains in 100 years.
I think he might have been kidding, but...
Oh, we're going to find out today at his surprise birthday.
Oh.
All right, next. This one's from Lori, and she said, it's called How to Become a Tree When You Die.
What?
There was a lot of people talking about the death part of last
Yeah, a lot of
week's
people said it was
episode.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you're welcome, everybody.
Who knew?
I don't know.
Kelly fun fact.
I guess. Got
So-
weird ones.
Here's, I love this so much. She says, loving episode 2. I'm halfway through. I need to research it, but I know your body can be used after death to grow a tree. This is how I'd like to be remembered. So she sent me a link,
Okay.
and I went to the website.
Okay.
You want to know how it works?
How?
You go to thelivingurn.com. URN, not a sponsor. It's simple. Step 1, select your urn, which I did.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Step 2, select your tree, which I also did.
What tree did you pick?
Look, I wanted to pick a tree and they didn't have it.
What tree did you want to pick? And then what tree did you actually pick?
In death, I expect to be as high maintenance as I am in life.
Sounds right.
So I wanted to be a bonsai tree.
Yep.
One that you couldn't neglect. You had to prune it. You had to give it attention. You had to give it a little bit of sunlight, but mostly keep it indoors, which seems a lot like me.
Yeah.
They did not have a bonsai tree.
Oh, it doesn't make sense.
So I peeked and picked a weeping willow.
Aww.
One, because
Pocahontas style.
Pocahontas, I thought Harry Potter, Whomping Willow style.
Sure. She talks to a weeping willow.
Being a colorblind American, I've never connected with that movie. Because I can't paint with all the colors of the wind. None of them. Zero.
Okay. Well, we can do Whomping Willow too.
It's a weeping willow, but it is
yeah.
a beautiful tree, and I expect many people to die when I cry. Let me try that again. I expect a lot of people to cry when I die.
I hope so. At least
so they
one.
can come and just be weeping. Probably 2. I think Brooklyn would cry.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. And then step 3, you're done. That's it.
And then do you have to ship your body or your...
I don't think anyone can ship their own body. Someone's going to have
do
to
you know what I mean?
it.
Or do you cremate the person and then ship
Yes.
it? Oh, okay.
No, you don't ship it to them. They ship it to you. So they ship the urn and the tree, like a sapling or something.
And you plant it yourself, or
Yes.
someone in your family has to plant?
Yes. Yes.
I understand that that's how it works. I'm saying no. It's a lot of it's a lot of work.
Okay, when Brooklyn was born, my mom planted a
Christmas
pine
tree.
tree? It's a Christmas tree, but what's the actual
pine
tree?
tree?
Pine tree?
Sure.
In the front yard. It's now like 8 feet tall.
I know.
It's gigantic. It's the
Yeah.
biggest Christmas tree,
And when you have to
Christmas tree I've
chop
ever
it
seen.
down, if Brooklyn's younger than us. If your remains were the things that help plant that tree, whenever you have to cut it down, it's like losing you for a second time.
Oh, but you're not going to cut it down. Just plant me somewhere. Plant me in a forest. No, plant me in front of the mall or something stupid.
What?
Yeah, someplace where I'll never get chopped down.
It's almost as bad as tossing my mom in the ocean, her remains in the ocean.
Well, now she's going to be a weeping willow with me.
Oh my God.
Because I
She
plan
might
on
want to pick her
going
own
out.
tree. Who knows?
Probably. Any guesses on the low price of what this would cost you?
$1 million. No, $1,000?
Nope.
I don't know.
The low price to turn your body into a tree
Is?
only $165.
That's it?
That's it.
That's a steal of a deal.
I don't know how much cremation is, but that is a steal of a deal.
It is much less expensive than buying a casket and putting someone in a plot of land. Yeah. That
So
you only
Lori-
get to rent, as we learned last
yeah.
week.
So Lori, if you're listening to this or watching this, know that I will fulfill your wishes as long as you tell me the type of urn and type of tree you want to become.
Yeah.
I will execute it.
I got more fun facts.
Really?
Just one. And then you can
Okay.
tell the rest of your
No, that's it.
emails.
That's all for the emails
Oh,
this
the
week. So
emails?
what's your fun fact?
My fun fact is, did you know that in New York,
Uh-huh.
they have their own species of ant for a 14 block radius? Like for 14 blocks, there's one type of ant that's there.
There's only one?
It's not one type of ant, but there's a specific type of ant that is only found in New York.
Okay.
Do you want to know what it's called?
Yes.
Manhattans.
Manhattans?
Manhattans.
Not Manhattans?
No. Manhattans. Hattans.
Do people in New York know this, or are you just making it
I
up?
don't know. It's real. I looked at my fun facts with Kellie. This is what it is. But it's real. Isn't that crazy?
Is there anything different? Are they bigger?
I have no idea. I didn't look into that much. I stopped at the name because I was like, that is funny.
You're like,
I know
it's a
they're
fun fact, not an interesting one.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
deep dive into the Manhattan ants.
No, they're just their own species.
Well, I think we should do that with all sorts of animals.
Yeah.
Name them after the cities.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
Giraffrican are
Giraffes
that are only found in Africa.
You're saying that because of Saman.
Our South Giraffrican friend.
We love you, Saman.
Hey, and she got you a little keychain giraffe last time.
She did when she went to South Africa. Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah.
I assume that's how it's pronounced.
Because you say
I don't know.
Afrikaans. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they speak.
I'm into it. This has been a fun fact. Well, we got some unpopular opinions as well.
My favorite.
Okay. First one is this.
Okay.
Bridesmaids shouldn't pay for their dresses.
I agree.
Okay, tell me, and then I'll tell you what they said.
Oh, okay. That's what we do. So we're playing this game.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that bridesmaids should pay for their dresses. I think it's a lot of money. For some reason, it's just costs a lot to get married, which I get it. It's a big party that you're having. But I have always thought that it's a little bit weird that you ask these people to stand by your side to support you on your wedding. But it's not only like a physical obligation, but it's also a financial
one. Yeah.
obligation. I think it's very weird. I think that there are certain things that like they can pay for, like the bachelorette party. Yeah, you can be a part of like paying for the cost of the place we're going to stay if you want to go, because that's different. It's like a vacation for all of us,
yeah.
Right? But I also think that could be their present to the bride, is like the party, like that bridal shower. But like bridesmaids dresses, I don't know why they're like $200
starting
minimum. Yeah. I just don't get it. For our wedding, I just told all of my bridesmaids to wear dresses that they had worn before.
Yeah, and to be fair, we didn't pay for our bridesmaids' dresses.
No, but
you haven't been in a single wedding, I don't think. You've been in many weddings, none of which the bridesmaid dresses have been paid for.
No, I've paid for all my bridesmaids' dresses.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but I also didn't force them to get a specific type of dress. I literally said, y'all have been in weddings. I know you have dresses. Pick one, send me a picture, and as long as it's in this color scheme, we're cool. No one bought a new dress. Only person that bought a new dress was Mandy because she was pregnant. So she didn't have any dresses that fit her, but that was her choice. I gave her a dress to wear, and I don't think she liked it, which is totally okay.
Yeah.
But she's the only one who bought it, and that's only because she was pregnant at the time.
So here's what this
Shout
person
out
said.
to Judah.
Yeah, he's in the world now.
Yeah, he's in the world now.
This person said, your bridesmaids are doing you a favor, even if they are happily participating and asking someone to be a part of your big day so it can be what you want. Let me try that again. Asking someone to be in your big day so it can be what you want it to be, and then having the audacity, they say, to expect them to pay for the necessary attire you want is ridiculous and rude.
Yeah, it's a lot. Especially
this person clearly just got asked to be in a wedding.
100%. Well, here's the deal. You hear crazy stories now, though. Like, I'm glad that times are changing and things are different. What you also have to know is a lot of my friends got married in like their early 20s because that's just what you do in the Christian culture, right? You just get married really young because everyone's ready to get married, if you know what I mean. But they just didn't have a lot of money, and so everything was paid for. But I would say my biggest thing that I hated was when you had to get a specific dress that was a specific color in a specific style, whether or not it looked good on you. Like, you had to get it. Like, I had to buy a $200, maybe it was a $300. It was between $200 and $300. Gold, long to the floor, spaghetti strap dress as a bridesmaid.
Really?
And it was one style, and it looked okay on me, but like...
Yeah, do you still have it? Because it sounds sexy.
No, because I think I got rid of it because I didn't really like it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it wasn't... I have pictures in it. It just wasn't great. But like, it's things like that where I'm like, if you're going to make your bridesmaids buy a dress, then at least be like, hey, here's the color. Pick whatever dress you want, because then at least maybe there's an opportunity for them to cut it to make it a short dress that they could actually wear, or to save it for a special occasion and wear it again because it like complements their body type, and it maybe looks good on them because they like it because they've picked it.
Right.
That's how I feel about that.
I agree with that. And I am curious though, if you've been a bridesmaid or a groomsman, but if you've been a bridesmaid and you've spent more than $200 on a dress, tell me how much it was and like what type of dress it was.
Yeah, send a picture.
Send
Receipts.
That's right. Send pics. Yeah. So if you've had to pay more than $200, I feel like $200 is about the norm.
Yeah.
Even when you're renting a tux or whatever for a wedding, it's
Yeah.
usually about $200. But if you've spent more than $200 on a bridesmaid's dress, I want to know how much you spent.
Yeah.
And we'll follow up on that.
Sell me.
All right. Number 2.
Okay.
It should be socially acceptable for men to carry purses.
I mean, they kind of do.
Fanny packs?
Yeah, I
No,
would
we're
say-
not talking fanny packs.
That's a type of purse. Briefcase, type of purse.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking just a normal purse.
I mean, you do you. You're asking the wrong person because I'm like, whatever you want.
Okay.
Feel good.
So that's what I think.
You can hold more stuff in purses. Like you boys, all you guys pockets. How
That's
much
what I'm
can you
saying.
put in your pockets? Not that much. And then you're going to ruin your pants because you're going to have these marks. Or if you put it in your back pocket, you can like really hurt is it your sciatica? Is that what it is?
It's my sciatica.
But
I don't
is that
know,
what
but
it is?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Like you can hurt because you sit one way higher because if you ever wallet. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one cheek's all elevated.
Yeah. And so like it can really affect. You like need a chiropractor, all that stuff. Like, yeah, have a purse, put everything in there. I shove way more things in my purse than I probably need to. I also have an 8-year-old. So most of the time I'm expecting her to hand me whatever she walks out the door with, even though I'm like, you got to carry it. And like 10
I
minutes
too have an 8-year-old.
I know, but you rely on me to have a purse.
Yeah.
But if
thank
you
God
wanted to
someone
take
has a
your own purse, you could.
Okay. I do think that men should be able to wear purses. And I'm not talking fanny packs or
I mean, those are basically purses. That's
it's
what my
not
purse
a purse. I think men should be able to wear purses without judgment because we do have a lot of stuff. Our phones are huge. Our wallets are huge. Even my wallet that I've tried to scale down is huge. You need other things in your life too. You might need some baby wipes. You might need an external charger. You might need anything you might be bringing. Sure, you can have a backpack. I'm in my 30s and I've had a backpack on and someone asked me if I'm going to class. Like, that's ridiculous. But thanks for thinking I'm that young or just uneducated, I guess. I think that people should, if they want to, should be able to. And I know that they can.
Yeah, and they do.
But not without judgment.
Yeah, I mean, I think a fanny pack is the best way because I think it lets manly men be manly men.
Manly man.
I don't care. But it's what I use. I use a fanny pack. I think it's totally fine. But I think it should be acceptable. Guys, go ahead and wear your purses. You got it.
Also, when did fanny packs become cool? And why is it only cool if you put one arm through it? Fanny packs were designed to wrap around your waist.
Yeah.
Sure, you look a little silly, but wearing it as like a partially half put on sports bra,
It's cool.
It's ridiculous is what
It's
it is.
Lululemon.
It's no longer
sponsor.
It's not a fanny pack anymore.
It is.
No.
Oh, I guess it's not a fanny pack. It's not
like
a fanny.
It's a small
Do you-
purse.
wait,
you were right.
I told you. Do you think that kids know that a fanny is a butt?
Yeah.
You say fanny pack?
But I also think fanny means something worse in other parts of the world.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
this is now an explicit
It's not.
podcast.
I'm just curious.
I'm just saying. I don't know if kids know that that's what fanny means, but I would assume so. Who knows?
Who knows? I'm
Men
just
should wear
curious.
purses if they want to.
I don't think they call them fanny packs anymore, though. I think there's a different name for them, then I can't think of what it is.
Fabulous packs.
We can call it that. It's fine.
Fabby bags.
Over the shoulder bags. Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, third and final one.
Okay.
This could go either way.
Okay.
Dumping a person via text should not be frowned upon.
Oh my God. Who are you? This
I-
is like a younger generation thing that's
Yeah.
saying this. Say like it's not okay, everybody. Let me look directly. It's not okay to dump somebody over a text message. Don't be scared to get on a phone call or meet with someone in person if you're going to tell them that you don't want to be with them anymore. Okay? Okay.
Let me
That's it.
read you what they said.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ready.
Dumping a person via text should not be frowned upon. It's discreet, it saves both parties any possible humiliation if done in person, and does the job quick. I prefer to be dumped that way, is what they've said.
Okay.
They go on,
Oh, okay.
and I have dumped all of my partners that way. I see nothing wrong with it. I don't want to have the talk, nor hear any sobbing or pleading. This person's a little intense.
This person has never been broken up with via text message.
Probably true. The fact that we reached a point where I want out is enough, and no special meetings should be held to discuss things. There are no things to be discussed. Respectively, if a person wanted to spare my own feelings and show concern by having the talk in person, they shouldn't be breaking up with me in the first place. It seems a bit hypocritical. I don't mind a simple message of your decision. I agree that it's a younger
Yeah, mindset.
mindset.
The generation that's too scared to talk on the phone or like
Yeah,
meet in person.
but that's the thing too, is I think they made a decent point with like, do we need to have that awkward dinner where I break up with you face to face?
I would say that I think it's dependent on how long you've been dating. If you've gone on like a couple of dates and you're like, this isn't working out, I would say I think it's probably respectable to be like, yeah, you know, hey, it's not working out.
Via text.
Like it's okay. But if you've been dating someone for like a year or 6 months or more, I would say I think it's a little disrespectful to be like, we've 6 months. That's pretty good run. I'm done.
I'm out.
Bye. Like, I think that there's closure and things that you should give to that person that you were probably in love with or like had a relationship with.
Yeah.
It's the same way I feel about, I agree. Well, I feel the same way about that with friendships and with relationships. Cause when you have a relationship or a friendship that's 6 months or longer, like to just not talk to that person or to text them and be like, we're not friends anymore. I think that just creates a lot of trauma for the person that's receiving the text message and is painful.
I agree. I do think it's dependent on how long you've been with the person. You don't want to have a long-term relationship end over text message.
Could you imagine?
Can I? Has that happened to me?
No.
I have had people try to get me to break up with them by doing things that would be detrimental to the relationship.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had a girlfriend, one of my first girlfriends, my first serious girlfriend, who would just tell me, by the way, I'm going over to so-and-so guy's house, like the bad boys at school and like multiple, and just be like, I'm going to go hang out with them.
Oh.
And I was like, what? Like, why? It's just, they're friends.
Uh-huh.
And then later on, when this person ended up breaking up with me, she was like, I was trying to get you to break up with me. And I was like, that was super crappy.
Just break up with you.
Yeah, because I mean, we were young. We were like 14, 15.
That makes sense.
But I was like, that's crappy.
That is crappy.
Because I was like, why is this person doing that? And then she TP'd my house.
Did she really?
Lied about it. Yes.
After she broke up with you?
No, before. This was still part of the like...
Get you to break up with me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And she left a letter after TPing the house that was addressed to me.
From her?
She did not sign it. But you know how I knew it was her?
Same handwriting.
It wasn't even that. It was the heart at the end. It was the way that this person did the heart that I was like, I know it's you because I can cross-reference it with other stuff you've made. No one does hearts like this.
The hearts are the same. Dang.
Ultimately, I was right. It was her.
Yeah.
Did you ever get TP'd as a kid?
No.
Is getting TP'd a thing outside of the culture we grew up in?
Probably not, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I never got TP'd. I lived too far away from everyone.
Smart.
That's the trick. But I was a part of TPing other people's houses.
Do you regret that now?
No, because most of the time it was like the boys versus the girls battle type of thing.
Right.
And so it kind of went back and forth. And the parents knew about it. So it wasn't like anyone was doing anything to be like really to be destructive. It was like, hey, we're going to prank them. Like we're letting the parents know and we're going to come and like prank and do this. But I did it a few times. I distinctly remember we did it to our friend Jordan, my friend Jordan. You know Jordan too. Jordan Bandak. Hey, Jordan. When we were younger, it was bad because we were girls. And I think they had gotten us or something. I don't know. But we like put a bunch of forks in his lawn.
Yeah, you forked his lawn.
Yeah. And then we also...
Which I didn't understand how insinuative that sounded.
Yeah. But now I get it.
Now I get it.
I didn't then. But we also put like not tampons, pads and stuff on his car, like stuck them and then like put ketchup on them.
Oh, dang. For real?
For real. Because he was kind of, I mean, I guess all boys are grossed out by that. I don't really know why, but specifically in my culture that I grew up in Christianity.
That's next level though, to put dirty
I mean,
T-pons.
it had escalated. There were a couple things that had happened before then. And this was like a bunch of girls. We were all like really close friends. Andy was a part of this too. All really good friends. And we were all good friends together. And this was, I don't know why, it's just what we decided to do. We probably like wrote on his car or something too. Who knows? But at least it was easy. All you do was peel it off. It's like, the pad's not that sticky.
They are covered in blood ketchup. So that's
but it grossed him out. It did the trick.
Did the job.
Did it.
Was there retaliation after?
I can't remember. Probably though.
So I have two quick TPing stories.
We might have actually gone and helped him take like all the forks out of the lawn.
Okay, so
the next morning.
I have three.
Okay.
Here's the quick one. My mom hates getting TP'd.
Makes
and
sense.
I understand. Yeah, of course.
She likes things to be clean.
Well, she thinks it's tremendously rude. It's disrespectful to dump a bunch of trash on somebody's house and then leave it for them to clean up. And my mom is and was and is the type of person who would go and start cleaning it up at 3 a.m. or whatever.
When she notices, 100%.
Exactly. And I agree with everything I just described with her belief on TPing. It is rude. It is disrespectful. All that stuff.
Yep.
So that's the first. Not really a story. Second, regretfully, I TP'd some houses as a high schooler. Once was the house of my aunt, uncle, and cousins, which I am sorry for. We've already talked, not you and I, we've talked about this, me and that side of the family.
Okay.
It wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but it was my friends on the baseball team.
Got
'Cause
it.
my aunt taught at the high school that we all went to.
Got it.
Which was close. Her house was close to the school. And so they're like, we should TP their house. And I was like, okay, I guess we're doing that. And so we did.
And then you got in trouble.
Yes, and I should have, and that was rude, and you shouldn't do that
Yeah.
to family. You shouldn't do it to anybody, but
Yeah.
I am sorry, guys. But the way they retaliated was awesome.
Okay.
So they didn't TP their house.
Okay.
What they did, I believe it was my uncle, I don't know the exact details. He went around their neighborhoods, specifically at least 2 of them, their neighborhoods, and put up estate sale signs for like the next day. And it was like, come at 6 a.m. to my house.
Oh my God.
It's an estate sale. We're selling everything. And it said there will be donuts. Bring the kids. And so at like 6 a.m., these houses were getting knocks on the door of like, where's the estate sale? And they were getting really irritated, really mad that it wasn't actually a thing.
Wait, but who did they do these to?
This was my aunt and uncle did it to the kids on my baseball team.
So all of them.
No, I think it was just 2. I think
okay.
it was just my friend Nick and my friend John.
Okay.
But still friggin' hilarious.
That's hilarious. That is a great way to get back at someone because then you don't really have to put in any effort or work. You just go put up a sign.
That's it.
And that's kind of it.
Let the rest just happen on
that's
its
great,
own.
yeah.
Okay, last story about
Okay.
this. I was not a part of this. I didn't do much TPing, but so I wasn't a part of this one. In high school, there was, like you described, guys versus girls TP thing for whatever reason. So these girls go to TP this guy's house and they do it. And they're like celebrating. It's awesome. There's forks in the lawn. There's TP, toilet paper in the trees, all
my
this
gosh.
stuff. Turns out the next day, they find out that they TP'd the next door neighbor's house, who was an elderly woman whose husband had just died.
Oh, no.
And then she woke up to all of that mess as if like, sorry to hear about your husband. Here's a bunch of trash in your lawn.
Oh my God.
I do think they had to go back and clean it up, but it was like the best situation.
That is so sad.
It was so sad.
Oh.
So don't TP houses, kids.
Don't TP houses.
Don't be stupid.
It's fun for a minute, but
Not so much after
not so
that.
much after, yeah.
Do you want to jump into some stories?
Yeah, I have a more unpopular opinion.
Oh, you have an unpopular
I
opinion?
have an unpopular opinion.
Okay, well,
You ready for it?
hit me with it.
I don't know if it's worded the best way. I did find it. So you can just let me know. This is the unpopular opinion, is expecting your partner to never express being attracted to other people is ridiculous and unhealthy.
It might be unpopular, but it is my opinion. And I would venture to guess you probably feel the same way.
Yeah. Wait, but tell me why.
Boy, how to even jump into this? I'm so excited.
Did that make sense though? Like,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
totally. So to recap, in case it didn't make sense for anybody, the unpopular opinion is that if your partner never acknowledges that any other person is attractive,
Yeah.
that's a sign of unhealth, essentially.
Yeah.
I think that's totally true. Do I tell you when there's someone who's beautiful in a woman? Do I
Yeah.
tell you that?
Oh, yeah.
Do I tell you when there's someone beautiful that's a man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
But we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's evident. And I think the unique part of our relationship is there's a lot of trust built into it.
Yeah.
So there's never a like, why are you talking about how like cute that girl's outfit is or whatever? There's never like a fear of it. So I think it comes more easily to us.
Yeah.
But I think it's good. And I think it's the mark of it could be the mark of a healthy relationship. It doesn't, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I think that for most cases, if that's happening and both people in the couple are into it, it is healthy, because it's absurd to think that anyone in the world would just stop noticing that there's other attractive people just
Yeah.
because they're married or in a relationship. In fact, I think that does push you more into not necessarily secrecy, but it keeps your thoughts to yourself, which start to feel like there's certain things I can't share with my partner, like how cute that person is or whatever it is.
Yeah. And I think there are different levels of attraction too. I think so you can be attracted to the way someone looks. You can be attracted to their personality. You can be attracted. I don't know. I guess that's it. Personality, looks,
You
their
can be attracted
intelligence,
to
yeah.
money, to cars,
Money,
to
yeah.
humor, like
But you know that we're on the same page. I think it's important that you tell your significant other, like, hey, just so you know, like, I think this person's cute, or, you know, we really connect this way. I think it puts out on the table the awareness that, like, hey, if you're picking up that we like get along, like, you're right, but I'm aware and I'm telling you because I don't want to hide anything from you. I don't want to keep any secrets from you. And at the end of the day, at least for you and I, like, we know that we love each other. We both know that we're flirty, fun people. We both know that, like, there's no one else we'd rather be with than each other. And but at the same time, I know that we can look and be like, oh yeah, that person's cute. Or like, oh yeah, we really get along. We just have a connection that we really get along. And I think all those things are okay and normal. I think that's the human connection piece.
Yeah.
I think in the culture that we grew up in, I think that's frowned upon, which is why I think it could be like a taboo thing to talk about for sure. But I think it's really healthy. And I heard that somewhere too, that's how, I don't remember where we were or what we were listening to, but that it was this couple that said that, like, it's a healthy part of our relationship where we, like, tell each other when we're maybe attracted or have a connection with someone else. So that, which is, everything is out on the table. Cause we both know the other person's not going to cheat on the other person, but it's like, hey, just so you know, here's this.
Right.
Did all of that make sense?
It did. Okay. And I'd love to add something here before we move on from it. So I remember when I was working at a church, for those of you guys who don't know, before being in entertainment full time, I was a pastor for like 10 years. And one of my bosses, who happened to be a pastor at the church, was preaching and speaking. And they talked about how anytime he feels like there's connection or chemistry with a woman, he tells his wife, he says, just so you know, me and so, I feel like we could really hit it off or get along. I just wanted you to know. So, like, nothing could happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's revolutionary. That's incredible. We should all be doing that. And that's very crazy for the culture to say something like that, because it is perceived typically to be very threatening.
Yes.
So I was like, this is huge. This is awesome. The flip side of that I now realize is that so much of that culture is steeped in this assumption that your partner is going to betray you.
Yeah. So, like, always be on the lookout or on guard.
On guard. As if, like, and I do think it's painted this way, at least in the younger, like when you're in middle school and high school, it's like, guard your heart because someone's going to steal it, whether it's the devil or a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And that bleeds into adulthood. And so what I don't think is healthy is if I told you every time I saw someone that was attractive or pretty, I told you that because I needed to know that you were going to protect me from that person stealing me or me doing something with that person. That's insane.
It's weird. Yeah.
If you're so out of control of your life that just because someone is attractive, it's a threat enough that you have to bring your spouse into it for the sake of not
stumbling.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a word. Yeah. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
I think that's tremendously unhealthy. I'll go even further back. I was in a couples life group. This was before you and I.
Yeah.
And we had to read a book called Hedges, which I really thought was great at the time. And it's all about putting up hedges or boundaries in your relationship, not between you and your spouse, but basically between your spouse and you and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And it was things like, things that might still be generally accepted, like, hey, don't be one-on-one in the car with someone in the opposite gender.
Yeah.
I know in the secular world that doesn't make sense, but that was very normal to say stuff like that in the culture. But then it would be like, never text someone of the opposite gender without having your partner in the group message too. To which at the time I was like, that's a good safeguard. That's great. But I was also steeped in that culture of mistrust and distrust that it made sense. Now I can look at it, and especially like even before we were married, can you imagine with your job, if every time you had to text someone that was a man, I had to be included on it?
Could you imagine?
And even saying it out loud, you can hear the unhealth in it. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like it is insane. Let's just say that. I feel like you and I are just, maybe we're similar to a lot more people than I think, but I feel like we're different. Like, we know each other's passcodes to our phone. It's the same to each other's phone.
No, it's not the same. So if you know Kelly's, you don't know mine.
Yeah. It reads our faces though, each of our phones. Like, I can look at your phone anytime I want. You can look at my phone anytime you want. I never really do. I just don't care enough to look. I'm like, if I need something, I'll go on your phone. But like, I have my own phone. I'm cool. And we just have like a trust that's there. But it would be absolutely insane to think that like anytime I texted Lamar or Travis or Mark, who was literally on my team, like any of those people, you had to be in my work conversation. That would be insanity.
Yeah. And what would all of those people in those text messages that now have a random person, they did know who I was, pretty much everyone you worked with. But if they didn't, they'd be like, why? Who's this random number?
Yeah.
I asked a schedule about, or a question about scheduling, and now her husband's in this, or her boyfriend or whatever.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Was that what Hedges was though? Is that what it said? Like even for work converse, like it didn't matter if it was work or like personal, like your spouse had to be in it. Like if you were texting
right.
Lauren, let's say, about what worship song you guys were going to do, did you have to include her, Whitney, in that?
No, but you might include a different person on the worship team.
Oh, really?
You know,
so somebody just had to be three.
3 or more. The key was accountability.
Yeah.
Because perception was reality.
Perception is reality. How many times have I heard that or said that myself? I apologize to anyone I said that to.
It's true.
Well, it's true though.
Because we recently became, I'd say, close friends with someone that I don't think I was a pastor to them, but I was a pastor at the church when they were a student.
Yes.
And now we're friends with her and her husband.
Yeah.
And I remember when we started hanging out, I was like, hey, I just want to apologize if there was anything that I ever said from on stage that like messed you up, that like made you rethink who you were or anything like that. To which she was very kind and gracious and was like, no, you certainly didn't.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's things that we've said and done in the past. No, I mean, I don't mean done is not quite the right word, but I was a pastor for a long time. And I don't think philosophically or theologically necessarily the same way that I did when I was doing that full time. And being away from it for a bit has opened my eyes to some things that I maybe had taught on that I don't think necessarily are healthy parts of people's lives, whether it's their sexuality, their gender identity, their fill in the blank with whatever it is. And I was mostly teaching middle school and lower, so it's not like we had a ton of these types of conversations.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely things that I'm sure both of us have said as small group leaders or pastors that we'd be like, if I could apologize for that, I probably would do it differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to answer your question, I don't know exactly if that's what the Book of Hedges was about, because it was like
a long time ago,
10, 15 years ago. And I do think having healthy boundaries is good. I think having healthy communication is more important to me.
Yeah, I don't care if you're in a text message with me and whatever person, whatever guy, who you name, whoever it is, like if we can't talk to each other when our feelings are hurt about something that made us uncomfortable or just about how we're doing emotionally or mentally, like none of that matters. It doesn't matter if you're in a text message. What's that going to do?
Right.
Make sure that I don't talk to someone else about that stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm like, I should be talking to you about it. And as long as we're doing that, I don't care.
And honestly, like there's a little part of my mind that went back in time, like 15 years. And to me, if I was put in a text message, that would actually put a flag up for me and be like, I have to worry about Casey or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I guess I should have picked a name that was more male than Casey. I have to worry about Carl. Because every time I'd be like, oh, here's a new threat that I need to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Versus now I'm just like, I have total trust in you and I don't even worry about that stuff.
Me either, for the record. We're cool.
Yeah.
With each
we're
other.
secure. And actually, this was something too that I think I read or heard, I can't remember, but I think we all have heard the concept that in a relationship, communication is key.
Yeah.
But I heard someone say, it's not communication that's key, it's comprehension that's key.
Yeah.
And I think both of them are at least as important as the other.
Yeah. And we talk about this a lot, how you can be with someone and be speaking the same language, but not speaking the same language.
Yeah, we say...
You're saying the same words, but you're not speaking the same language.
We say we both speak English, but we speak different languages.
Yeah. Because that was how... I mean, we've talked about this before, but like that's how it was with your ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
That you guys would have conversations, but you're learning now through me that you guys don't always hear each other.
Yeah, and it's tricky. And if you know anything about us, we're never going to intentionally go places we shouldn't or talk about things we shouldn't. But what's been really cool about you and her being in each other's lives now is that I can say something to her and wonder why it didn't come across the way that I meant it. And you can tell me like, you said this, but she heard this.
Yeah.
And if it's just me on my own, maybe I don't hear that.
Yeah.
And I think the communication between all four of us as parents has gotten better because of you. And
Thanks, babe.
because of your ability to communicate and comprehend in a way that I was not able to do. So I'm
That's
grateful.
very kind of you to say. Thanks.
It's true. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Stories?
No, I got funness. I got fun,
You have
crazy
more
facts.
stuff?
Yeah, because I'm now the crazy fact lady is what I'm realizing.
Okay.
I just think that it's fun to learn about things. And for some reason this week I went down a crazy tunnel of craziness. I don't even know.
Oh, I hate
A
crazy
rabbit
tunnels.
hole?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Where somehow, I don't know how, because I was just Googling. I don't know.
Okay.
But I went down a rabbit hole of things that used to be medicine.
Okay.
Like, like way back in the day, or even like 18th,
snake oil and
18th
elixirs.
century up until like 1800s, some of them in the 1900s. Like,
What is the 18th century?
I was finding like things that
You
were.
guys, I don't know the centuries.
That's okay. We're in.
What
I think
is
we're
it
in
the
20th?
21st?
21st century.
I don't know.
Zenos Lepidus. Girl of the 21st century. That's what it is. Okay. Anyways, so here's the deal. Because I thought, I was like, how can I make this fun versus just telling you stuff? And for everyone watching at home, they can play along too. I'm going to tell you what the medicine was. And I want you to try to tell me what you think they used it for.
Okay, so this is actual medicine.
Actual medicine. For some of them I have like things, like more information. Some of them I don't. But
All right, hit me with the first one.
The first one, and it ranges all over the place. We'll start easy. We'll start with Dr. Pepper because I feel like that's an easy one.
Okay, I've heard this
Dr.
one.
Pepper used to be a medicine. I've been to the Dr. Pepper factory in Waco, Texas with my mom and my dad. It was great. But before it was a soda, it was a medicine. So what do you think that they tried to sell it as initially?
That's a good question. I love Dr. Pepper. Maybe it's because it's medicine. Maybe it's because that one time as a kid I ate a whole bottle of Flintstones vitamins. Maybe that's why I like Dr. Pepper medicine.
Maybe.
Don't do that.
But
don't do that.
What do you think it helps with?
Okay. So my head went to Coke, used to have cocaine in it, was also used as medicine.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that helps.
Not
It
the
probably
same.
just makes it feel better. But I'm also thinking like when your stomach is upset, someone gives you Sprite or 7-Up.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe it's the bubblies and your tumblies. Is it to help an upset stomach?
Okay, you're really close.
Oh.
So they sold it as something that aids digestion.
That's good.
But they also sold it as something that restored, I don't know what this word is, but restores your vim, vigor, and vitality. So like if you go, I know.
Sounds like every direct sale pitch
I know,
I've ever heard.
vim, vigor, and vitality. But that they used to say like 10, 2, and 4 or something like that. Like that's
Okay.
when you should drink Dr. Pepper because it'll like and there's like commercials and different things about it too. It might
gonna try that
be 4,
this
might be
week.
6, but something like that. But that's what they would say.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know now like it probably doesn't aid with digestion, and
Probably
it does give you a sugar rush, which is why it probably helped with your vim, vigor, and vitality. But it wasn't really a medicine.
I'm going to drink Dr. Pepper this week at 10, 2, and 4 and report back on how healthy I feel.
Okay,
I can't wait.
I'm excited
Okay.
to see that. Okay, sugar candy,
So like just hard candy or
just hard sugar candy.
sugar candy? I think it's going to be messed up. I think that they told people that it was good for your teeth.
Oh, that would have been good, but no.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
It's okay. No, hey, you might get better. Who knows? I have some really crazy ones, but they said that sugar candy helped with any chest ailments that you had or digestion problems.
Chest ailments?
Yeah, I don't know.
I got some chest ailments,
Oh
but
my
I don't think
gosh.
sugar candy is going to help.
All right.
I think sugar candy is what caused it.
You're so funny. Are you ready for some more?
Yeah, I'm totally ready.
Okay. Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yep.
Okay. So ketchup probably wasn't the same as the ketchup we have now. It's probably more acidic
Okay.
rather than more sweet. So I think it was to maybe kill infections or bacteria and maybe to put on an open wound. Like, you know, when people like, you put dirt and mud on a wound. So those are my guesses.
No, we'll get to that later.
Really?
Yeah. No, that was good. No,
Not even close.
No. They sold ketchup as something that could cure things like diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice.
Jaundice?
And later sold it as tomato pills that you could take instead of just ketchup. Isn't that
For
crazy?
jaundice? They're like, you're looking a little yellow.
So drink some
Try some of this
ketchup.
red stuff.
Yeah.
That'll even you out.
Yeah, it gets worse from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Worse?
Yeah.
Okay.
So ketchup, those are like my normal ones. Now we're gonna get into kind of weird ones of things that we know are bad, but like really were medicine. So the next one is arsenic wafers.
That like will kill you.
Yeah, but wafers, like they took them by mouth.
Like communion?
Yeah.
Arsenic. It has nothing to do with communion, right?
No. And
Okay.
it was arsenic blank wafers, but I can't tell you the blank because it'll give away what it was
Okay.
for.
And this is old timey. I don't think
I actually have information on this. This was used in the late 19th century.
I don't know when that is.
Okay.
Give me the year. What's the 19th century?
1900. No, I guess it wouldn't be 1900s. I don't know.
Oh, we are
But
not
it was in Europe.
scientists?
We are not.
Doctors?
Nope.
Okay, late 1800s,
Archaeologists?
is that what we said?
19th century.
Great. So that's not a helpful piece of information. Okay. I don't think they cared about mental health anytime during these medicines. So I'm going to try to keep that out. I haven't talked about lungs.
Okay, so the 19th century began on January 1st, 1801. Makes no sense, but
Makes
just so
no
you know.
sense. Okay, 1800s. I think a lot of stuff is going to be about like your digestion or indigestion.
This one is not. So I'm
going to
going
say
to give
this is about your bloodstream and your lungs.
for arsenic wafers.
Yep.
Nope, they were called arsenic complexion wafers. And they were sold in the 19th century as something that could get rid of freckles. How dare you, number one.
Oh.
But get rid of freckles, blackheads, and other facial disfigurements.
I guarantee they didn't call them blackheads in 1801.
I don't know, but that's what they sold it as.
So this was the 1800s proactive.
Yep.
This was the 1800s Neutrogena.
It probably killed people.
Probably.
It's arsenic, literally.
They looked good when they died.
Hopefully.
Oh, okay.
All right. Chloroform. It was a medicine.
Oh yeah, I think it is. It still? I don't know what chloroform's used for.
That's what people put over your face to like make you pass out when they.
Yeah,
do you
but
know what I mean?
that can't be the purpose of it.
But
that's the criminal use of it.
When I think of chloroform, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
And so it made this even funnier for me. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say, and kind of sad. So what do you think it was used for?
Well, first of all, I always think of Ace Ventura 1 where he chloroforms the guy running on the track. So
my
fun.
gosh.
I know the movie's problematic now, but I was raised on it and I acknowledge it. Scandal noted. I think it was used for the same thing though, because I think if it makes you pass out now, it probably makes you pass out then. So I'm going to say it was a sleep aid.
You know, that would have been really great.
What?
They told people that chloroform was good to help cure asthma.
You're not going to have any problems with asthma when you are unconscious.
Isn't it funny? Someone actually died, though. I did find that. And that's when they kind of stopped using it, is after somebody died.
Look, everyone from 1801 died.
Gosh, that's true, but they died from chloroform
From
use.
chloroform, from arsenic wafers.
All right, I have two more.
Okay.
And
I'm excited.
they're kind of weird. I'll end with the weirdest one because that's just who I am. But then they get weird, everybody. I just need you to know. So the next one, this is where I told you, went down a rabbit hole and kind of went really far. Eyes of a crab.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah.
Well, I assume you have to eat them. Eyes
Okay.
of a crab. Am I right that you have to consume them?
No.
Okay, I want to get some, I want to try
You
here.
don't eat them.
Okay, so if you don't eat them, you have to put them on topically. Like, you might have to crush them up. I'm going to say it was some type of lotion or like skin serum to do something for your skin.
That was a good guess. This is kind of messed up. I'm just going to say it. So number one, what you need to know is that part of like the remedy of what they said is that you would cut the eyes out of a crab and then you'd throw the crab back into the ocean.
Oh, now you're just blind.
So yeah, it's a
Good
blind
luck,
crab.
sucker.
Yeah, and they just throw it back in. And it brings new meaning to eyes in the back of your head because they would put eyes on the back of their neck, the crab eyes, and it was supposed to help with if you had a swollen eye.
What?
I don't understand how that's supposed to work, but that is what it is.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I can't even find the logic between the two.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's just that was a medicine. They're like, oh, you have a swollen eye? Go find a crab, cut its eyes out, throw it back into the water,
What if
and then
you-
put it on the back of your neck.
If you have like a swollen leg, do you like cut off a crab claw and attach it to your booty?
I didn't find any information about that.
I'll do a little research on that
Maybe.
one.
Okay, this one, I haven't quite figured out if I want to give you what it cures or what it is.
Okay.
So
Give me what it cures. I don't think I'll guess it if you just tell me what it cures. Not that I've guessed any of them so far.
okay.
Tell me what it cures.
Okay.
Let's change that.
What I can tell you about it is that you would either put it on your body or you could ingest it through drinking it.
Okay.
And what it helped to cure was you would put it on bruises or you would drink it to help cure headaches, epilepsy, and more.
Okay. Questions. Is it an animal? Does it come from an animal?
No.
Is it a chemical?
No.
Is it?
It kind of comes from an animal.
Is it a food?
No.
Oh man. Is it? Does it grow in nature?
No, not in that way. No.
Is
not
it
a plant.
designed in a lab?
No. It's natural,
It's natural.
but it's not a plant.
Or an animal?
It's not necessarily. It is an it's a
no.
mammal.
Is it a person?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it.
Is it a person's blood?
No, although I'm sure that was something. Oh, I have one more, but okay, keep going.
Okay. Does it come from a person?
Yes.
And it's supposed to help with headaches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you could put it on your body or ingest it.
Uh-huh.
Is this a bodily fluid?
No.
Okay, good. Is it skin or hair?
I mean, it's all of it.
Okay, hit me with it. I'm never going to guess. But it sounds disgusting.
So in light of last week, just to fall in theme, they would dig people up and make powder from their bodies. And then you would put it on your bruises or ingest it through drinking it.
Oh, no.
It was like, who do these people think they are? Isn't that gross?
That is so gross.
It's so gross. That's
That's
literally
how
what it is.
plagues start.
It's powder made from human bodies.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
The theme of our shows
I know.
is
I know.
deceased cremation.
The last thing I have for you, which I didn't look up what it's supposed to cure, but I did run across it. And I think I was just like, I don't want to talk about it, but now I am. Because you asked if it was a bodily fluid or if it's something that is like blood. You know, they used to do milk transfusions into your bloodstream, which killed people.
Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember what it's supposed to cure, but they were like, yeah, it'll cure this thing. Just do it. And literally they had more people die than they had successes and they kept doing it.
Was it cow milk?
Probably.
Or was it human milk?
No, I think it was cow milk.
Oh, so gross.
And that was my time, everybody. Welcome to Weird Facts with Kellie.
Oh my gosh, we got to get out of this segment.
I know. I
Okay.
told you it was a weird rabbit hole
It
that
was
I went
so
down.
fun, though.
Was it fun?
I hope
You
everyone
learned
else
something
enjoyed
new.
it. This is my favorite type of podcast, is when you're like at a party with people and you're like, did you know that
Yeah.
people used to rub
Yeah.
dead ashes on their bodies to help with bruises?
This is what I'm doing. I'm providing the people with information and fun facts to share at dinner parties. When you don't know what to talk about,
Yep.
you can ask the question, hey, do you know what happens to somebody after they die after 99 years? Or do you know what they used to use ketchup for?
If you had a swollen eye, what animal's eyes would you cut out?
Because I can tell you what they used to do.
Oh my
Fun fact. Hey.
All right, so we've got a little bit of time left. I've got just a couple of stories that
Okay.
I want to run by you. And
Okay.
by you, if you have stories, don't forget you can send them into at hardlyworkingfans@gmail.com, and we can check out your stories as well. These were my favorite 2 to 3, probably 2 stories of this week.
Okay.
First one, here's the headline.
Okay.
Florida woman wages battle against French bakery that labeled her cake thief.
What?
Yes. So there's a lot here. Here.
That's how you know it's good when he laughs before he can read it.
So here's the story. I don't know how to pronounce this person's last name, so we're going to call her. Her name is Margarita Sipin, Sciapin.
Yeah, close.
We'll go with
Margarita.
Sipin. Of course, it's Margarita.
Margarita.
Here's what it says. Margarita Sipin could not escape the rumors that she had perpetrated an egregious crime. She didn't know who was spreading the rumors until she stepped foot back in Paris Morning Bakery in Boca Raton, only to find that they had hung wanted posters with her face all around the bakery declaring her a cake thief.
Wait, why?
And they really did.
That's a terrible picture.
Cake thief. It gets better.
What happened?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. The accusation, which stemmed from a past tiff between her and the establishment over a mocha-flavored cake she had bought for $29. Turns out it was the wrong cake, and she demanded a refund, which she got. But she also told them that she was going to keep the cake and walked out. She said the issue brought upon debilitating stress and anxiety that led her to be hospitalized for shortness of breath and elevated heart rate
You
the
probably
following
had that
day.
before. So.
And she's now suing the bakery for defamation and emotional distress.
Do we have an update about where this is at? Because I want to know.
No, this is brand new.
That's crazy.
This happened on August 11th.
Okay, well, let's just say this, Margarita. You stole the cake. All right? You
Yeah.
can't just walk out with the cake unless they offer it to you for their mistake, which they may have if you wouldn't have taken it. Sure, her name's not Karen.
It's definitely a Karen type story.
That is terrible. But all that stuff, gosh, I've heard so many of those things before, and I suffered from psychological trauma. And oh my gosh, you probably had that before, and you're just upset because you got caught doing something that you know wasn't right.
Thief!
Margarita, you know what that?
Cake thief!
You know what that looks like?
What?
That looks like the Flynn Rider posters in Rapunzel. They just like took Flynn Rider out and put her in it instead. Literally looks like that could be in Rapunzel.
At least they got the nose right.
That's hysterical.
Oh my gosh. So this was literally an article written yesterday.
Dang,
so
that's a good one.
We'll probably
updated.
won't keep you updated, but we'll say that we will.
I will.
Okay, so that was the first one. This next one, I'm just going to let you know, it's a little sad, but also really funny.
Okay. I'm ready.
The headline is Italian man crushed to death under falling cheese wheels.
What?
I know. I am so sorry for this person, for their family, but I wasn't not going to do this story.
That's so sad.
Here's the highlights. Speaking of names I can't pronounce. Giacomo Chiapparini.
That's pretty.
Thank you. Even
good.
if it wasn't right, it
I'm
felt
so sorry.
right.
Rest in peace. Okay.
74 years old, not that old, was buried under wheels of Parmesan cheese when a shelf broke
It's
in
the
his
best
warehouse.
kind of cheese.
It is.
Sorry,
and you know
though.
what? Like, you know, if you're a part of the Hindu faith, to have, when you die, to have your body burned in Benares in the river is the highest honor.
Yeah.
I think this might be the highest honor for an Italian to die under a bunch of wheels of cheese. What?
You can't say that.
Okay, maybe
You
like
can't.
maybe buried under pasta and pizza would be better.
No.
No Italians listen to this, and if you do, please know that I love you. And as an Irish American, I am the butt of most jokes.
That's true.
But they're mostly true. So he died under wheels of Parmesan cheese. The collapse created a domino effect, bringing down thousands of wheels of cheese, which weigh about 84 pounds each.
Oh, you never even had a chance.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Never had a chance.
How'd you get them all up there?
Yeah, right? That's a lot of cheese weight.
It violates a lot of OSHA regulations. I just want to tell you.
I also think that my body is about 84% pounds of cheese
That sounds
as well.
right.
I love cheese. It took 12 hours to find Mr. Chiapparini's body after the incident. His family, of course, was devastated by the incident. When asked for comment, they said, "There will forever be a hole in our community. Our father and cheesemaker being crushed by his product is absolutely unbelievable."
That's not what it says.
That's not what it said, but there was no way I was not doing that joke.
Oh, we're so sorry.
Oh my gosh. They said, this family did say he was a man of faith, and they're hoping he is having a great time in the afterlife with baby Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
I'm sorry. What they really said was nothing Gouda came from this
I
incident.
knew you were
Okay,
going to say that.
I'm done.
We're done with the
I'm
cheese.
done.
That's so sad, though.
is sad.
I'm so sorry to his family.
But
At least you were crushed by the things that you loved. Because he made.
aren't we all metaphorically crushed by the things we love?
Yeah. As if he was literally crushed by the things that he loved.
It's
I'm so sorry.
the best story I read all week.
Oh my gosh. Give me another one. Because that one's sad.
Well, the last one,
It's even more sad, isn't it?
it's no.
Okay.
It's that Hank the Tank,
Oh,
bear accused of robbing over 21 houses, caught, which is great. The reason I took
Hank
it
the
out is
Tank.
because the story really didn't have much in it other than the fact that it was going after desserts. And they thought it was 28 houses it had robbed, but it was actually only 21. So they caught it. They tagged it. It's probably, I've been seeing a lot of bear videos on my TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably it, is Hank the Tank. But the irony is Hank the Tank is actually a woman bear. because it's only up to 250 pounds, while male bears can be up to 500 pounds.
So it's not Hank the Tank. It's something else. The tank.
It's
There's a
Henrietta
girl.
the Tankrietta. Nope.
No.
That's a bad first draft.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Come on, we can get there.
I don't know. What else would you call a girl that? Because you call someone a tank because they can put away food.
Yeah, or
right?
because they're big and like
And it's a bear.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
This would be Mary the Scary. I don't know. Maybe she's terrifying.
That
She's
is
breaking
true.
into houses.
I don't know.
But that's why I cut that story out. But hopefully a little bit of bear
Mary
news.
Berry.
What did you say?
Mary Berry.
Mary Berry? That's a
It's
real
Mary
person.
Berry. I know, but she's also a bear. I mean, Mary Berry. Not actual Mary Berry, but this bear, Mary Berry. And it works because it is desserts.
Oh, it feels like the right time to get out of here.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was
Mary
good.
Berry.
You nailed it. I liked your facts.
Thank
your
you.
segment, your game that you came up with.
Thank you.
That
I
I
hope
didn't
you
know
learned something
about.
new today. That's all that I hope.
I sure did. And I
Hey.
hope everyone else did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any more stories for me?
Nope, that's all the stories.
Okay. What are you looking forward to this week?
This week is an exciting week. We already talked about your dad's. It's not really a birthday party. It's just a little surprise get together with his. What's that?
With his team. Yeah. We celebrate his birthday. Well, you don't, but we celebrate his birthday next Thursday, which is his actual birthday. It's big one, 65.
And I'm sure
Happy
he's
birthday, Dad.
I'm sure he's very happy that we're saying that on the podcast.
Hey, you know what? He's earned the years that he has.
Yeah, he's 65,
And-
flirty and thriving.
Yep, that's
or
right.
Whatever they say.
Yep, 100%. Happily married, flirty, and thriving.
So this week I'm actually. It's exciting and a little bit sad for me for a few reasons. The first reason is it is the last week of summer with our kid,
It is the last week of summer.
which is a bummer. This has been the most fun summer I think I've ever had,
The first summer that I haven't worked in 9 to 5.
which is
We've
probably
had so much time.
yeah, it's a big part of that. So that's been really cool.
Mm-hmm.
For me in the corporate world, doing corporate events, it really slows down in the summer every year. And this was a particularly slow summer. We still shot some commercials and some industrials and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but really not a lot of live events.
Yeah.
So every week we've had our kid, we've spent every single day with her, going to the beach, going to the pool, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been really, really awesome. So there's a part of me that I haven't been in touch with since I was a kid with summer ending.
Yeah.
That's coming up again.
yeah.
Where I'm like, oh man, we better squeeze out the last like little moments of summer.
And we still have a whole week left.
We do. But also, I am working this week.
You are.
So I don't have quite a full week to do it. Also, we were talking with our friends Danielle and Randy about this. It was a good thing, but also a sad thing for me. So this week, I was offered 2 opportunities. One was in a short film
Yeah.
for 2 days of filming, and that fell through, which
Yeah.
is totally fine.
Normal.
Yeah, totally normal. It was like a soft hold.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing was a commercial that actually after last episode, we wrapped up here, and then I had to shoot this audition.
Yeah.
And we sent it in, and then I got an email from my agent. And he was like, checking your availability.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't understand how it works or aren't in the industry, it basically goes like this. Like 10,000 people submit for an audition.
Yeah.
Out of those 10,000 people auditioning for that one role, they'll pick maybe 100 or something like that. And then from those 100, they whittle it down to maybe 5 or 10. And sometimes you'll get a callback, which is basically another audition in front of different people on the production side of the thing.
Yeah.
Then after that, they whittle it down to just their top 2 or 3, and they do what is called checking your availability, which is just making sure if we pick SP, is he going to be available?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, a lot of times people say they're available and
But
they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it to that phase, down to the last, could be 2, could be
Yeah.
3, who knows. And then like right before we went to hang out with our friends, my agent emailed me. He's like, you can release the hold. They went with somebody else.
Yeah.
Which is sad because you always want to get gigs, especially gigs that are fun and pay well. And for me, making it more of a transition from predominantly live events to do more on-screen hosting TV shows and that kind of stuff, it's always a bummer to get so close and then to not get
But
it.
it's also really good news because it means that people like you
Absolutely.
and they'll keep you in their mind
Yeah.
for future events.
And that's the thing for anybody who's in the industry or wants to get into the industry, you really do have to get used to, I wouldn't call it failure, just get used to people saying no.
Yeah.
Like it's generally not something personal unless you're a jerk to be around, in which case you're probably in the wrong industry. But it's usually like, no, we just like that person's look better, or we needed someone who was this tall, or we already have this type of person or ethnicity of person. We need and want to balance it out with a different type. So there's so many reasons why you don't get gigs.
Yeah.
So I have no problem missing out on it. You audition for tons of things and you get just a few of them. But it's always a little bit of a bummer to be so close and to miss out on it. But you're right, to get that close, that means out of like 10,000 people to be top 3 or top 5 or whatever, it's encouraging to get that close, but also a little bit of a bummer to not do that. But with that, I don't know how much I can talk about exactly what I'm doing. We'll talk about it on the next show for sure. But I am flying out to San Francisco for a world premiere of sorts that I'm very excited about. It's very different than most of the world premieres that I've done and do. And we'll get into why that is later. But I'm very excited about it. I'll fly out on Thursday. That's your dad's birthday. So y'all will be hanging out with him. And then I fly back Friday for a different birthday, which is Scooter's birthday.
Your mom's dog. The cutest little corgi there ever was since Toast.
So can we talk about Scooter for a second?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. As we wrap up our show, we had 2 dogs, but specifically one dog that was just awesome.
Both corgis, both belong to your mom.
Yes. Well, the first one, it's Toast and Twinkie. Toast is the one we're talking about. Toast was a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, I think. And he was the tricolor. So he's black, white, and brown.
Super cute.
Super cute.
Best dog ever.
Super awesome. I didn't even want him at the beginning. This was before Brooklyn's mom and I were married, and she wanted to get a dog. And we did when he was a puppy, like 6 weeks, like puppy. And then we had him for a while. And then ultimately we had to like leave him at my mom's for stuff. And he just became my mom's dog at some point, which was awesome. But he was the best dog. Think of whatever your best pet is. He was that, but for us. He kind of unexpectedly passed away last October, so about a year ago. He was definitely old, 12 or 13.
Yeah, we got to celebrate one last birthday with him, and then he passed away, I think, the following week.
It was it was a sweet moment, but also really, really hard. If you've ever lost a pet that's close. It sounds ridiculous if you haven't, but if you have, like, it's super crappy.
And Twinkie had passed away really unexpectedly.
A year ago. Yeah, that one was totally out of the blue. So my mom now is dogless. And she sent us a corgi once. I think she saw it on Facebook. And Kelly, being awesome, was like, we'll go pick it up. Yep,
3 hours away. We went and got it, brought it back.
So we did. Another corgi, looks just like Toast. Same style. And boy, has that dog been a nightmare.
He loves me. I don't know what you're talking about.
And by that, I mean like the first 6 months or so was really, really tough.
It's a puppy,
I know. He was eating pointy objects, and I was like, I think I made a huge mistake getting this dog from my mom. Like, this is awful. But he's actually really come around.
Yeah.
He's a really good boy. He's doing great. He brings my mom a lot of joy. He basically follows her everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very sweet.
He is the sweetest. He's learning how to swim.
Which has been very fun. That was, even though we have had corgis, they're not really swimming dogs, but all of our corgis have been in love with the water. Yeah. And for him to be in there doing that, swimming in her pool, it's very cool. So yes, we are celebrating his 1-year-old birthday party with me, you, my mom, my sister, the dog, of course, and Brooklyn will be there. Yeah. So that's fun. Anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to. What are you looking forward to this week?
I'm looking forward to having a last fun summer with Brooklyn. I think that she's just going to want to do all the things. I think it'll be beach days, pool days. I know she's really excited about celebrating Scooter. She wants to get him a puppuccino from Starbucks with watermelon and blueberries or whatever. I don't even know if dogs can have that stuff, but our girl. She's like, we should do something cute, put like a little treat in there. And I'm like, girl, we'll do what we can. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to celebrate my dad, taking him to a new restaurant called Terra at Italy, at least for him. I've been there, but it's a rooftop restaurant. I got seats on the patio. My brothers are both going to be there. And Brooklyn will be there. You'll be out of town, but I'm excited.
Oh, I'm not going to be there for that.
No.
That's good because it's expensive.
It's good though. But I think it'll be fun, for them. And I think my dad's looking forward to it. We're going to go and hang around the mall before and kind of walk around. And he loves Brooklyn. You know that. He loves his grandbaby. So I think it'll just be a really fun day. I'm excited to celebrate my dad. We talk about this a lot, but dad does a lot for a lot of people, not just us. But a lot of people, and to get to celebrate him, I think is really special. So
yeah, it'll be fun to celebrate him. It'll be a good time.
But I think that's what I'm looking forward to. I honestly can't even remember what's happening that following weekend. So I'm like, I just stop at Friday at Scooter's birthday. That's it.
We got school coming up.
And who knows?
That's kind of the big things.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening. I think it's our longest episode yet. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are enjoying it, spreading the word is always helpful, whether it's reposting our clips that we post or giving us a 5-star rating wherever you listen,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, or even being a new subscriber on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll take any of it.
Any of that. And don't forget, you can always write us with your questions, comments, concerns, unpopular opinions, arguments between you and a friend or spouse that you need us to answer.
Yeah, bridesmaids dresses too. Send those, and I want to see how much you paid for and what they look like.
Exactly. You can send anything you want to hardly working fans at gmail.com. But until next week, we love you and I love you.
I love you.
We got to go surprise her dad.
So we'll see you soon, Dad.
We got to go. All
right, bye, guys.
Bye. Let's go.